Good evening. Boxing and football coming your way this evening. Now this man says he's simply the best. He's certainly Britain's most successful boxer of the moment, Chris Eubank. Tonight, the men who say they can beat him. Henry Wharton, the Commonwealth super middleweight champion. Fidel Castro Smith, the British super middle champ. These two meet with both titles at stake, live in just a moment. Harold Graham is so convinced he can beat Eubank, he'll fight him for nothing. Tonight, Graham, who's been close to winning the world title, defends his British crown at middleweight. The challenger is Frank Grant. We'll be watching that too. England football manager Graham Taylor also has a watching brief tonight. He's in Oslo to see Norway, who last time out scored 10. Tonight, Norway, England's World Cup opponents next month, play their second qualifier against Holland. The Dutch have no Ruud Gullit tonight, but they do have that man, Van Basten. Norway against Holland later on. Now, Liverpool losing at Villa Park is one thing.
Saunders has made a break to the near post. Dean Saunders has scored against his old club.
But Liverpool being 3 goals down at home to 3rd Division Chesterfield is quite another. We have the latest on the current Liverpool dilemma. With athletics' top team event coming up, we talk to the top man, Linford, on the forthcoming World Cup in Cuba. About the best of them, and tonight in his first competitive match for 15 months, Paul Gascoigne scored a good goal after 10 minutes of his debut for Lazio as the Italians beat his old club Spurs. Gascoigne had a hand in Lazio's second goal too before being substituted just after the hour. Lazio won the match 3-0. Now, just recently, one of the world boxing authorities, of which, as you know, there are many, rated both a man called Slugger O'Toole and Fidel Castro in their top 10. It was an interesting but not very profound assessment of current boxing talent because they are one and the same man. Fidel Castro Smith, actually, was born in Nottingham, but for a while boxed under the sobriquet of Slugger O'Toole. He's now reverted to his even more imaginative real name of Fidel Castro Smith. He's the reigning super middleweight champion of Britain, and tonight meets Henry Wharton, the current Commonwealth champion, with both titles at stake. As I've already said, they both fancy a tilt at Chris Eubank and a really big payday. But who's going to win tonight? We now go live to Ellen Road, Leeds, and waiting for us at ringside is Harry Carpenter.
And you could hardly come at a more appropriate moment. There's the bell for the first round. Henry Wharton, the Commonwealth champion in the white trunks, against Fidel Castro Smith from Sheffield. So an interesting confrontation with each man's title at stake. One of them will go out of this ring tonight as a double champion. A chilly night at Ellen Road, home of Leeds United. Some 8,000 or 9,000 estimated crowd here tonight. A little bit below Leeds' usual crowd. But it's not a bad crowd for an open-air fight in September. Well, Henry Wharton has a reputation for winning hard fights. He's never lost a pro fight. And he's been going as a pro for 3 years. Fidel Castro Smith, the dark-skinned boxer, has lost 3 times, but has never been stopped. He's on a winning streak. He's won his last 11. Wharton, the local hero. Done most of his pro fighting here in Leeds, usually in the town hall. His family actually live in York. Both these men were prominent amateurs. Fidel Castro Smith boxed as Fidel Smith. And as Des was explaining, he became Slugger O'Toole for a while. That was Brendan Ingle. Little joke, I think, his manager. In fact, Jim Neely, the Irish commentator, tells me that Slugger O'Toole is a character in a famous Irish folk song, so maybe that's where Brendan got it from. So quite a subdued opening round. Most of the jabbing coming from Fidel Smith. And quite accurate too into the face of Wharton. Mr. Wharton is a very tough customer. Quiet opening. Wharton doing the stalking. And Fidel Castro Smith doing most of the leading. Well, here tonight with me at ringside, our old friend, Frank Bruno. Welcome, Frank.
Thank you very much, Harry.
I think we've got a good fight coming up here.
Very, very wicked fight coming up, Harry. Very, very dangerous.
By that you mean good?
Very, very good, Harry. Two punchers, one a counter punch and one a come forward fighter.
Let's have a look at Henry Wharton's fight record. Here it is, 24 years old. That's his weight at the weigh-in today. And just that one draw there, a very hard fight indeed with Lou Gent from London. That was a fight here in Leeds in his first defence of this Commonwealth title. And that's the one hard fight he hasn't won. That was some battle.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 2.
Henry Wharton against Fidel Castro Smith. Fidel Smith of Jamaican stock. His father, Sydney, gave him those two first names because he admired the Cuban leader. Smith was born in Nottingham, turned pro in 1987. The pattern, exactly the same as the first round. Smith doing the leading. And Wharton looking for a way past the jab. Fight for the British and Commonwealth super middleweight titles. That's the 12-stone division. This fight sponsored by the Daily Star here in the open air under the Yorkshire night sky. Most of the Wharton fights that I've seen have developed into wars inside 2 rounds. This one's a little different. What a very hard body punch. He put a right in earlier. Now the left hand has gone in down there. Fidel Smith doesn't want to take too many of those body punches. It'll take a lot out of you. Larry O'Connell, familiar figure, is the referee. Smith doing the right thing here, trying to keep this at long range. Because once he gets close, Henry Wharton is a danger man. But I wonder for how long can Fidel Smith keep him pinned on the end of a left hand. What do you think, Frank? Do you think he can keep him on the end of that jab?
Not for too long, Harry, because Henry Wharton always catches up with you at the end of the sort of like fight, in the middle, in the start of it to the end. You know, one nuclear's going to catch up, but Fidel is a very good counter puncher, so that's what makes it an intriguing fight, Harry. Very good fight, very beautiful fight.
Let's have a look at Smith's stats. Here they are. 5 years older than Wharton. 21 wins out of 24 fights, no draws. Managed by Brendan Ingle, who's there in front of him. He's the man who also looks after Harold Graham in Sheffield. And a nice shot of this scene in the Ellen Road football ground, the home of Leeds United.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 3.
And one gets the feeling that this fight will burst into rather vivid action at any moment. Once Wharton gets the bit between his teeth. I've never seen him in a dull fight yet. That right cross wasn't too far away from the target. Wharton, the Commonwealth champion. Smith, the British champion. When he was an amateur, Fidel Smith met Nigel Benn in the England semi-finals, the amateur semi-finals in Gloucester in 1986. He broke his hand, Smith, in that fight, but he took Benn all the way, lost on points. Wharton in the white trunks had two tremendous, memorable battles with the Australian Rod Carr in this city. And Smith still relying solely on the left hand. Hardly thrown the right. Waved it about a little bit, so he hasn't really tossed it across. There's the right, first time. And Wharton's having to soak up a little bit of punishment here in order to get close. Smith turns southpaw. Now goes back the other way. Whoops, they haven't heard the bell. Larry O'Connell had to move in there, and there's a bit of bad blood there. Bit of mouthing going off there between the pair of them, and Larry O'Connell might have his work cut out here to keep the peace. Well, it all happened on the bell. They didn't seem to hear the bell, and the action went on after it. And Larry O'Connell had to get in a bit fast there because there was a lot of bad feeling. Interested observer at ringside, Eric Cantona, the Frenchman who now plays for Leeds United as a striker, working for French television here tonight. He's already scored 6 goals for Leeds in the Premier League. Eric Cantona.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 4.
And Larry O'Connell gets straight between them and says, cut it out. We don't want any of that at the end of the round. Let's just keep our minds on the boxing. Round 4. But what so far has been a pretty subdued contest. 2 titles at stake. Pity we can't clear up some of the world titles like this. But a unification wouldn't come amiss. And still the left comes spearing out from Smith, and Wharton is taking a long time to get to grips with this. Wharton looks most dangerous when he lands the body punches. And alternately, Smith is looking to his corner, shaking his head, then he smiles at Wharton. Fidel Castro Smith clearly enjoying the left jabbing that he's getting through here. He might not enjoy it too much if Wharton gets close enough to give him a real going over. Wharton having terrible trouble getting past the left hand. Fidel Smith doing a bit of taunting and teasing. Four rounds completed. Strange fight, Frank. I'm not too sure what to make of the ship.
Fidel Smith is a very good counter-puncher, you know what I mean, and he's a very confident guy as well. Henry's coming forward all the time trying to chuck nuclears and big bombs, you know, but it's a very good fight, Harry. 2 punches in there.
I don't think Wharton's come to life yet, do you?
Not really. He's trying all sorts of like different things, but Fidel Smith is getting the jab in his face and he's got good reflexes and he's very confident in this fight, and if he carries on like this, he may nick it, you know, on points and cut Henry Wharton.
Long way to go. Long way to go. 8 rounds still. That's that useful left hook into the body that is a Wharton speciality. But he hasn't done too much of that. And Smith is beginning to taunt him a little bit.
Corners, 10 seconds.
A lot of needle here.
Seconds out. Round 5.
And I think Wharton's been given a little bit of a G-up verbally in the corner by Mickey Duff and Denny Mancini. certainly has a few problems to solve here. But Henry Wharton is the sort of fighter that can turn a fight round very quickly indeed. Smith beginning to get a little more confident with the right hand. Slight speeding up here in the action, but still Wharton hasn't sustained any sort of attack. Just about covered up on that one. So 5 rounds completed. And still, the Commonwealth champion, Henry Wharton from Leeds, hasn't solved the problem of this steadily jabbing man in front of him. Frank?
Fidel is very boxed in very coolly, Harry's moving around and trying to frustrate him as well. But the puncher is Henry Wharton out of the two of them. But he's trying and he's getting very frustrated all the time. And he's picking up marks on his face, you know. The longer it goes,
he's got to throw caution to the winds and come in, hasn't he?
Most definitely, Harry.
Just got to come and attack, full-blooded.
Stay on top of him.
Yeah. I imagine that's what they're saying, Drew. But,
yeah, but it's easy to say from the corner, you know, when you're in there, Harry.
Yeah.
Different couple of fish. Cup of fish, sorry.
Or even kettle.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 6.
So we're rapidly approaching the halfway stage, and Fidel Smith, the British champion, must surely be ahead at this stage. He's done quite a lot of work with the left hand, the occasional right cross. Wharton has scored very, very occasionally to the body, but apart from that, really hasn't done anything. Over the years, Wharton has suffered the injury that's common to most big hitters, broken hands, and he's had both a broken right and broken left hand over the years. See the steam coming off them in this chill night air. British Championship, promoted by the Daily Star, not turning out quite the way people thought. This was generally thought, on paper anyway, it looked like a real old tear-up battle, and he hasn't proved that way, and that's because Fidel Castro Smith is dominating it with superior boxing and denying Wharton the chance to come in and throw the big punches. So up to this point, it's a very skillful exhibition by the British champion, who's still moving around on very light feet. He weighs just under 12 stone, 11, 13 and a half, and he's just a few ounces heavier than Wharton. Wharton turned away very quickly at the bell there, as though he'd had enough of that, and it can get frustrating, chasing and chasing round after round and not really getting anywhere. Has that ever happened to you? You had a sort of awkward opponent like this that you felt, I wish I could get at him?
Yeah, it was a guy called Phil Brown I fought in my early days, Harry. You know, he was trying everything to get to him, and he's just slippery, you know. But this guy, he's slippery, but he's very confident, and he can punch as well, you know, and he's getting more confident as the rounds go on. And Henry's getting very, very frustrated, and they're trying to let him throw some nuclear bombs all over the place, but he catches Fidel Smith with a punch, and Fidel comes back automatically, and it must mess him up mentally, Harry.
It's a long way from being the sort of fight we associate with Henry Wharton. I mean, all the fights I've seen him have been absolute wars, thrillers.
But this guy won't let him have a war, you know? Harry's boxing his ears off.
Seconds out. Round 7.
So we enter the second half of the scheduled 12-rounder with two titles at stake, the Commonwealth and the British Super Middleweight Championships. Wharton, the Commonwealth champion in the white trunks, and Fidel Castro Smith, the British champion. And so far, Smith has this very nicely in control, thank you. Wharton, one of 11 children in a family of travelling showmen who live in caravans in York on the banks of the River Ouse. And Wharton is showing all the signs of a man who is getting very fed up indeed. And that could make him very dangerous. Smith's dropping his arms and daring him to come in. And Wharton really has got to turn it on soon. Form line between these two that's interesting, of course, is the one through Lou Gent of Streatham, whereas Wharton had a tremendous battle and only got a draw with Gent. Fidel Smith actually outpointed Gent in one of his title defences. It's an interesting form line, and things are rather working out that way. For one moment has Wharton ever shaken Smith out of his easy style. As Frank said, he's looked confident throughout, and in fact he's more than confident. At times he's cocky as he gives the verbals to Wharton. and the cheeky smile and the slight taunting. And another glare as they pass each other by on the way back to the corners at the end of the 7th. Do you think Wharton is going to get to grips with this at any stage, or is he going to be outboxed all the way?
He's got the power to, Harry, but he's trying to throw some beautiful punches. But the guy, Fidel Smith, is so confident, and he's just being a little bit superior over him. Anything he's throwing, he's counter-punching him and just moving around. And at the end of the round, Harry's laughing at him, you know. So he's just superior confident at the moment. But Wharton, you've got to be careful. Fidel Smith has got to be careful of it. Wharton,
well, he might tire. Who knows?
You never know, Harry, yeah?
Yep, and if he does, then Wharton will get on top of him. We shall see. Still intriguing, because we know that Wharton has the power of attack. Hasn't yet brought it to bear. Hasn't been allowed to.
Seconds out. Round 8.
Benny Mancini whispered something in Wharton's ear. A secret recipe. Much of Wharton's jabbing is falling short. Another beautiful counter-punch by Smith. And he's really totally outboxing Wharton here in the 8th. Smith wins this, of course. He'll pick up a Lonsdale belt for keeps, his 3rd win as British champion. Wharton's trying to get back at him. Smith laughs. A strange character, Smith. He's laughing at Wharton. He's looking at the referee, turns to the corner, nods to them. His concentration is divided in 19 different places. Heating up. This Leeds crowd at Ellen Road trying to get their hero going. Wharton is the local idol here, and they haven't had too much to cheer about so far. Now the corner of Wharton pleading with their man to work harder. But he keeps plodding forward and walks into this ever-present jab. Totally outboxed. And Smith is getting so confident now he's really beginning to open up. And Smith laughs uproariously at Wharton as the bell parts them at the end of the 8th. He's enjoying himself, and that's not surprising because he's doing extremely well. He must be a very long way ahead at this point. So it's getting serious for Henry Wharton. Here's some action from that 8th round. Big overarm right from Smith. And these were moments when Smith was totally in control. Still Wharton plodding forward, trying to do something, but being beaten to the punch and comprehensively outboxed at that stage. Unmarked. And Wharton has got a few lumps and bumps on his face.
Corners, 10 seconds. Seconds out. Round 9.
So 4 rounds of this double championship left here at Ellen Road. I'm not sure who the bookies made favourite for this one. I suspect it would have been Wharton. But if that's so, the odds look like being upset at this point. But you never know. He used the left hand downstairs, and Smith swallowed hard when he took that one. Now coming up to a very vital part of this contest, because Wharton really does now have to produce something. His time is running out on him. He's behind, and unless he impresses himself very soon on his opponent, it may be too late. Somehow he's got to knock the confidence out of Smith. Smith now beginning to employ all sorts of punches. Neat little uppercut now. Wharton's still just treading water. He really is boxing beautifully, Smith. He's seeing everything coming. He's blocking the punches, he's slipping them, ducking underneath them. He's being put under a little more pressure here than in some of the rounds, but he's still keeping his composure. Well, that was a slightly better round for Wharton, Frank, particularly towards the end.
He was trying to get in a little bit more closer there, Harry, but, you know, Fidel Smith is so confident, so superior in movements and jabbing out, it just makes it look so easy.
Does it surprise you that it is that easy for him?
It is surprising me because on paper it looked like a total war. Henry Wharton going forward and chucking nuclear bombs all the time, all the way through the fight. But the guy's a different Brendan Ingalls sort of fighter, you know, very slippery but cool at the same time, and he punches hard as well.
Well, he's only got 3 rounds left now to do something. It's beginning to look as though he's going to have to stop him to win.
With a puncher like Henry Wharton, the fight is never done until the final bell, Harry, so you never know what can happen. But Fidel is so confident. Look at that uppercuts going in there, and he's just moving. And at the end of the round, he's smiling, Harry.
Seconds out. Round 10.
Wharton comes up, moving his legs in a lively fashion. That's his fist, he's got to start moving lively. Could he possibly produce perhaps just one punch from the blue that will change everything? He's that sort of fighter, could be done. But the sheer skill of Smith is denying him the chance. Larry O'Connell's handled this very well. It looked like getting ugly at one point, but with good humour, he's taken all the heat out of it. seen for a few nights to come of this left hand wrapping into his face time and time and time again. The manager of Wharton is now standing up facing the crowd, encouraging them to cheer their man on. That's a pretty desperate sign. I haven't seen Mickey turn his back on a fight for years. There he is. Doing all the gesticulating the right way round now. Absolutely imploring Wharton to get in there and try and do something. Well, I think he's trying, but he can't get anywhere. Remember that Wharton is unbeaten up to this point. And the last punch. There's a left jab from Smith, and that's very much been the pattern throughout. Don't think I've ever seen Mickey turn to the crowd and ask him to cheer his man before.
I think he's trying to get the crowd behind his man, you know what I mean? To sort of like sway the judges a little bit, Harry, I think.
Well, there aren't judges, there's only Larry O'Connell, he does all the judging.
No, get behind his man, that's what they're trying to do. He's got 3,000 fans here, so you know, he's trying to get them behind him, Harry. But I don't think that would
looking
help
like
him,
a forlorn hope now, isn't it?
Yeah, you can say that again. But it was getting a little bit closer there. It was getting a bit warish, like it was supposed to be at first. But
well, I suppose this man might just get a little bit careless and overconfident.
You never know, but he can't get careless with a punch like Henry Wharton because it's dangerous. But he's so superior, it's untrue, Harry.
Yes, he's been a revelation tonight.
Round 11.
Fidel Castro Smith in those yellow trunks comes out for the penultimate round against the Commonwealth champion, Henry Wharton of Leeds, the local boy, who's never been beaten in a professional fight, but might just be facing that possibility now. Encouragement has worked. The crowd beginning to get behind Wharton. A bit late in the day. And he's certainly showing signs of life here. It's possible Smith's getting a little tired. Left's not snapping out with quite the crispness it was. Having a real go here. He's trying desperately hard to do something. He too must be feeling the pace. He's had a left hand wrapping into his face all night long. And Wharton is certainly the sort of fighter who might just pull it out. Smith's work a little more ragged now than it was. Beginning to breathe a little bit hard as Wharton pounds him to the body. Have we got a turning point here? I'll tell you what, if Wharton wins this, it'll rank with the loaves and the fishes. Finishes in his own corner. And that was a much better round for Wharton. It's the first time he's really looked dangerous.
Yeah, very, very dangerous there, Harry. But, you know, he's got one more round, 3 minutes to go before he can get very dangerous and try and land one of them big punches.
Yeah, he must be a very long way behind. I mean, he's got to stop him now, I think. He can't win on points.
Unless there's a crooked referee.
No straighter referee in the business than Mr. O'Connell. Here's some of the action from the 11th. And even then, Wharton was being tied up when it came to the point. So, Wharton is being given a real old talking in his corner by Denny Mancini. That's the man on the left.
Settings out.
I don't know what they can say to him.
12th and final
Somehow
round.
they've got to get him going here if he's going to save his Commonwealth title. The British title of Smith is at stake. The Commonwealth title of Wharton is at stake. And now 3 minutes to decide the destiny of those two titles, and it looks odds on a win for Smith. Horns are blaring in this football ground. The crowd's trying to urge Henry Wharton on. But Fidel Castro Smith, the former slugger O'Toole, who's anything but a slugger, he is a skilled and smooth boxer. And he has controlled this fight from beginning to end. Wharton takes a very, very deep breath. There's not much behind the punches now from Wharton. He's throwing them, but they don't have much effect. It's too late in the day. But it's a gallant effort in these final 3 minutes from Wharton to try to save his title and win another. But Fidel Castro Smith not only stays cool, he occasionally gives back as good a punch as he's getting. We're in the last half minute. It's an all-out attack from Wharton, as one would expect in the closing seconds. But it hasn't paid off. And Wharton has got the decision. Frank, what do you make of that? I can't believe that.
Harry, I can't really say nothing, you know what I mean? I thought Fidel boxed his ears off, but it's hometown decision, you know what I mean? Henry Wharton's a local man, you know, and
I think
very strange.
That's totally astounding.
Yeah.
His own corner. His own cornerman can't believe it. Outboxed, I would have said. I did say from start to finish. But the Wharton corner celebrate. And Fidel Castro Smith has taken it extremely well. But if I were Fidel Castro Smith, I would feel that I'd been given a pretty harsh decision.
Gentlemen, please.
Let's get the score.
The referee scores the contest. Fidel Smith, 117.5 points. Henry Wharton, 118 points.
Half a point is the margin for Henry Wharton, who becomes now the British champion as well as the Commonwealth. I don't think he can believe it either. But Wharton here is the winner in his own city of Leeds, or his adopted city of Leeds, at the Ellen Road football ground. And Fidel Castro Smith has taken it pretty well. He's contented himself with one rather vicious kick at the ropes.
To present the Lonsdale belt to Henry
Astonishing
Wharton,
decision
the steward of the British
from both Frank's point of view and mine. We didn't read it that way at all.
Harry, I think the referee must have been watching a different fight than me, but I can't really take nothing away from none of the boxers because they tried very, very hard. But unless I was watching a different fight, the referee must have been watching a different fight than me and you, Harry. I don't want to sound biased.
The super middleweight champion of Great Britain and
we are astounded, but Henry Wharton is the British and Commonwealth super middleweight champion. Fidel Castro